recap of day 4 of Ground Pass on site. This is probably going to be a quick one, but it's Saturday. It's pretty late right now. Finally made it back home. And it was such a great day of tennis at Indian Wells today. Like I said, day 4, it's a Saturday, it's the weekend, and this is the busiest it has been on the grounds since the beginning of the tournament. It was packed. Usually the drive from where I'm staying to the center is a smooth drive, no traffic, no nothing. Even on Friday, which was technically, I would say, the first day of the weekend, where we definitely had a bigger crowd than had ever been around all week, there was traffic today. Getting to the parking, figuring out where to park. If you didn't get there early, you were stuck in a little bit of traffic. And I didn't get there early today because I did something a little different to start the day. If you've been following us on social media, you see I've been meeting a bunch of other sort of tennis creators, tennis Instagrammers who are around during Indian Wells. So there was an event that was held nearby. It was very close to the grounds, to the center where Indian Wells happens. So it was probably a 5-minute drive away. But I registered to go to this event that was hosted by On, and it was kind of a little sort of mini tennis tournament. It was very fun. I will post a little bit because we've been doing video recaps on Instagram of how the day goes. So I'm going to post a little bit of a video recap of that. But it's nice. It's sort of like, doing something that's connected to the tennis tournament, but it's a little bit away from it. During the US Open, for example, in New York, there are different events that happen around the city that are connected to the tournament, but that don't happen on site. So this is something, as a tennis fan, that you could participate in. It's also a great way to meet the community of other tennis lovers and meet new friends and, sort of connect with the local community of tennis players. So it was really great. So I started the day there. So that meant I didn't get to the grounds early and was caught in a little bit of traffic. So this is just something to keep in mind when you are coming on a weekend to these large tournaments, is that it can get a tad bit crowded, and it all is about preparing and just being a little bit ahead of the game. So what was today like? What was my plan for today? The plan for today for me was mostly watching matches. I just wanted to watch as many matches as I could. I posted my schedule on Instagram and Threads, and it was a little bit ambitious. There was definitely no way I was going to be able to go to all those matches. And first thing that happened in the day is that there were a few withdrawals that just, flipped the schedule on itself. And, this is also something, it's tennis. You just have to be prepared for things like that. But Milos Raonic retired today, so that was a walkover. Marketa Vondrousova also retired today. Diana Yastremska, who was playing against Emma Raducanu, started the match, but she retired after 4 games. So there was a little bit of a shift in the schedule, but I was still able to see a lot of good matches. And, I had put the Arena Sabalenka match against Peyton Stearns as one of the matches I wanted to see. I thought maybe it was going to be one of those matches where I would start it, watch a set of it, and then go to another court and, watch something else. But I think the Arena Sabalenka match against Peyton Stearns is by far, at least as of right now, the match of the tournament. And this is just something that, it happens. It's not planned. You don't know what's going to happen. I saw that on paper and didn't think that was going to be the match of the tournament, and it turned out to be a banger of a match. If you can catch a replay, please do. I mean, I posted on social media that there was actual blood, definitely sweat, and maybe a little bit of tears for this match. It was exciting. It was a good time. And it was a night match. It was the first night match that I decided to watch, and I ended up staying there. I then ran over to catch a little bit of the end of the Gael Monfils match because, I saw the scoreline and just wondered what in the world was happening over there. But it seemed he was playing against Hubie Hurkacz, and he seemed a little under the weather, so maybe that had to do a little bit with the scoreline. But all in all, I think I watched a lot of good matches today. It was really great. I have to mention the crowds. It was pretty crowded. It seemed like around 12:30, 1 o'clock, everyone decided to have lunch at that exact time. So the lines I walked around looking for food, and the lines for pretty much every single food vendor was very long. Maybe a little too long, but it was very, very, very long. The lines kind of died down by 4, though. By 3, 3, 4, there weren't any lines anymore. So I think it was just a matter of everyone just decided, it's lunchtime at the exact same time, and flooded the food vendors. It was really great vibes. All the outside courts were packed. This is a sort of situation where if there's anyone you want to see. So let's take the Gael Monfils match, for example. Before his match, Casper Ruud was playing against Lucas Klein on that court. It was also packed, but there were a lot of people who were in the stadium who I was talking to, and they were like, we're just here camping out for Gael Monfils. So they literally came to watch a match they weren't interested in just to wait for the match that they really wanted to watch, which was Gael Monfils, because they knew it would be a hot ticket and they wanted to be able to secure the seats for the event. So, it's all about strategy when it comes to these big tournaments, depending on who you want to see, and just being prepared, keeping an eye on the schedule, keeping an eye on, hey, this match seems like it's about to end. I should probably go grab a seat because I want to see the match that's coming up next. Tomorrow is day 5 for us at Indian Wells, and it is also going to be the last day that I'm going to be attending Indian Wells in person. I'm excited for it. The matches, we're into round 3 of the tournament. The matches that are on look super exciting, and I think tomorrow is going to be another day that I spend mostly watching matches. I didn't do any practice sessions today and probably won't do any practice sessions tomorrow. So that's it for me. Thank you again for joining in on these daily recaps. If you're liking what you're hearing, please subscribe to our podcast. It is really important that when you listen to the podcast, if you leave a review, give us 5 stars if you love what we're doing. In the review, you could ask questions, for example, and I will hopefully read through the reviews and answer the questions sometime on a future podcast. But thank you so much for everyone who has listened, who I've met in person on the grounds at Indian Wells. It's been really great meeting some people live in person. And keep listening, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.